Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to Small Football Manager 2023 and another part of the Journeyman with England. Today we start our Euro 2036 campaign. Apologies there wasn't an episode yesterday. It is just taking a long time to get between matches. We qualified very, very comfortably for Euros in the end, so I wanted today's episode to be the first matches in that tournament and see how we get on in it in general. Should be plain sailing for the rest of the week in terms of coverage. Yeah, a few of you weren't a fan of the intro yesterday, so back to normal now, and hopefully that's all right. I also couldn't avoid the copyright claim as well, so yeah, just in the interests of that staying monetized and you guys having the tune that you want, we are back to normal now. But yeah, as you can see, we are at a UEFA European Championship group stage draw. There are 24 teams to go into 6 different groups, and obviously top 3 for most groups will progress through to the second round. We are one of the seeded teams with this, so let's get ourselves into it. Lots of people are having a little joke in the comments there, but there you go. Pot 1, we've got Germany, Italy, England, France, Portugal and Spain. In pot 2, we've got Czech Republic, Ukraine, Netherlands, Sweden, Poland and Croatia. In pot 3, we've got Wales, Switzerland, Belgium, Iceland, Austria and Denmark. And in pot 4, Albania, Romania, Ireland, Scotland, Slovenia and Slovakia. The only home nations team not to get in are Northern Ireland. Any notable absentees? Not that I can think of off the top of my head, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, let's get ourselves into it and advance the first draw. So that's Germany out of the pot. Into Group B then we have got Italy. Into Group C we have got England. Erickhausen, England, welcome to Group C. So there you go. We will dash through all of that. Italy, Ukraine, so we could have Holland, Sweden, Poland or Croatia. All of those are tricky opponents, and it is indeed Holland that we get. Now, Holland are 14th in the world rankings, still got a lot of their best players from the current era in there. Quite an ageing squad, the like of Gravenberch, De Ligt in there as well. That's an interesting squad to be taken on. Scott Parker. Not that one. But I assume he must have some English heritage, yeah. He was born in the Netherlands, but does have English nationality there. Okay, very interesting. He plays for AZ Alkmaar. Let's keep going with the draw then. So, France, Sweden, Portugal, Poland, Spain, Croatia. Right. Wales have been drawn into Group A with the Czech Republic and Germany. Italy, Ukraine are joined by Switzerland. We, by the looks of this, are going to be joined by Belgium. Yeah, it looks like it just goes along the line. Iceland next. Yeah, I think that must be a glitch, mustn't it? But, yeah. So we'll have Ireland as our fourth team, but Belgium is a tough one. I don't really know what has happened to the groups there, but there are your final 6 groups for the European Championships. We have got 7th ranked Belgium, 14th ranked Holland, and 27th ranked Ireland. I have to say, they're managed by Thomas Tuchel as well. It is a tough group. You know, Portugal, for instance, they're 11th in the world. They're taking on Poland, who are 32nd, Austria, who are 29th, and then Slovenia, who are 59th. That's a much easier group for Portugal than it is for us. We've got 3 teams that could very much beat us on their day. So that is going to be nervy. Let's finish that. And let's have a little look at the European schedule then. It doesn't look like the fixtures are scheduled yet, but I believe we will be taking on probably the Netherlands first, then Belgium, and then finishing off with Ireland. I'm assuming that's how it's going to be going. But we will find out in due course as we head into the squad announcement. That'll be the next thing that you see on camera. All right, then, here we are. We are ready to announce our 23-man squad for the Euros, and it's going to be an interesting one. Jadon Sancho has announced his retirement from football, and he's going to retire on the 4th of June, so there's no way for us to bring him along. But, I think what we have to look at is the squad as a whole. What do we want? We definitely want 3 goalkeepers, so those 3 will remain in the team. That is for sure. Dominic Woodward is our best defender. I mean, we can filter it. We can get rid of the goalkeepers. We know that they are going to be in the squad, so that is absolutely fine. Don't know what that's all about, but yeah. I think we can lock it there. I think that's the idea. So yeah, let's have a look at the defenders that we can bring. If we look at it, right back wise, we've got Reece James, who will be retiring after the tournament. He's had an okay season at Chelsea in the Premier League. Has been at Chelsea all his career, believe it or not. Livramento will be our first choice right back, though. He has, again, had a very good season at Southampton. They finished 2nd in the league this year. We've got Jean-Paul Cutbush, who potentially will be starting at left back. He's a Chelsea stalwart as well. I'm looking at this guy, Can Engin, or Engine, and I'm thinking he's probably not going to make the cut. So let's take him out of the equation. He's been confirmed and therefore cannot be... we can remove him if we go here. Right, okay, so we do it in there. That might actually be an easier place to do all this then. So if we go into our goalkeepers, where are we going then? If we lock that there. Goalkeepers, you 3 are in. Right, goalkeepers out. Of course, we want Woodward there. He is one of the best defenders in the world. We're going to want Livramento as our right back, Cutbush as our left back. We have got Drew Warburton as well. He's somebody that we want to have in there. Elgin, not necessarily. This guy looks good. Callum Lloyd, we want him to be there. I think Michael Robinson as a central defender is going to be very, very useful. Reece James as a backup right back, his final tournament. And it's whether we want Andy Harwood or do we want Will Myler, sorry. He's 28. He's played for Southampton, had a decent season for them. He can play at centre-back as well. Where's Harwood, defensive midfield? I mean, maybe there's a place for both of them. We'll put them both in for now, meaning Jeet Padrunth and Engin are going. Saka is obviously going to be coming with us. Let's have a little look at our defensive midfield options. Jude Bellingham is going to be our main man there. Matthew Granger can be in there as well. Lucas Smith is going to be in there. Into the midfield options then. Phil Foden, of course, is going to be in there. Harvey Elliott as well. And then it's a decision of the other guys. We've got Ben Woods, had a very good season at Hoffenheim over in the Bundesliga. He's had a good couple of years there. Definitely looks like somebody we would like to have there as part of the World Cup squad. I'm looking at Jeremy Myers here. He's a right midfielder, plays for Chelsea, has got 6 goals and 2 assists this season. 7 goals in all competitions. Fenton Freeland, yeah, maybe not as impressive a season. Josh Campbell, certainly one for the future. I think must have had some injury problems this season. Not desperately, to be fair, just hasn't had a lot of football. And then Chris Giles has come up. He's never been capped. Of course, we had him at Fulham, and he's been at Liverpool the last 2 years and has scored very prolifically. So I think we do want Chris Giles in the squad. I think it might be Jeremy Myers that comes in. Can he play on the left? He can't. This could be something that decides it. Can Campbell play on both? He can. So maybe Campbell comes along for the journey, and Fenton Freeland would be missing out as it stands. Let's have a look at our attackers. Attacking midfield-wise. You've got Betts in there. And then there's McMillan. Obviously, we need Betts. Obviously, we need David Ball as well. It's a squad of 23. It's not 26 anymore. So that kind of makes our decision then, doesn't it? Of Fenton Freeland. He's not going to be coming then. Might have to cut back on the midfielders, to be fair. It's tough. 23 is a small squad. Let's bring everybody back in. Defenders-wise, we've got 1, 2, 3... possibly 4 defenders. Maybe Myler comes out of it then. Possibly Harwood as well, because we need Tesgell and Ball in there, I would suggest. So maybe Harwood comes out, Ball goes in, and that leaves everybody else. Let's see what that leaves us. So Engine would be going, Harwood, Bloxham, Myler, McMillan, Freeland, and Pedrouth. Yeah. Freeland's the one that hurts, because I think he is a very, very decent player, but I don't know who we could get rid of to put him in there. I want to have Josh Campbell in there. And Jeremy Myers looks a decent option. Yeah, just checking through our guys. Josh McNamara in there as a goalkeeper. We can't take any less than 3 goalkeepers. So I think that is our squad. Right, let's see what the backlash is regarding that. Those are our 23 players. We'll obviously introduce you to them all individually when we get into the match. I appreciate, you're not going to be familiar with this England squad yet. Much like I'm not, to be fair. But let's have a little look. So does James merit an England place? It's going to be his last tournament. Harwood's the highest profile player to have been dropped, and he is disappointed at being overlooked. Of course, all of those will be as well. So here is your 23. We will start with Josh McNamara. He is a 32-year-old Rangers goalkeeper. Has had a decent season over in Scotland. Definitely third choice, but should be all right. Jeremy Myers, we looked at him before. He scored 7 goals and got 2 assists in all competitions for Chelsea this season. Looks like a very good prospect indeed on that right-hand side. We've got Michael Robinson. You will be familiar with him. His defensive work, we know he's a solid and dependable defender. Bukayo Saka, need I say more? Lucas Smith, 25 years old. He is a Manchester United right winger. He's had an excellent season in terms of assists, and he's had a good season for England as well. Looking forward to seeing what he can do at the World Cup. Emre Tesgell has been a prolific goal scorer over the last few years in the Premier League. Definitely somebody that I feel we need to have in the squad as an option. Very good finishing, good first touch. Very good at penalties, which knowing England, that is what it's going to come to. Drew Warburton is a 28-year-old centre-back, can play at left-back as well. Has been playing for Liverpool for a few years now. Ben Wood is in line to make his debut. Dominic Woodward is probably the best central defender in England, has been at Manchester United a long, long time, has just had another good season. Darren Wootton is our backup goalkeeper. He is 25 years old. He's had 2 caps and has been playing for Espanyol the last few years. David Ball is our backup striker. He's scored some goals in qualifying. Pretty impressed with him, actually, although he has moved to Saudi Arabia now, so maybe not playing the best standard of football, but for £60 million, he has moved to Al Hilal. Wish I knew that, actually. That is going to be interesting, how he gets on there. Jude Bellingham, need I say more? Brett Betts, of course, we know very well. Josh Campbell, we talked about a lot. John Paul Cutbush, excellent left back. He's just had a good season at Chelsea. Harvey Elliott still playing at a very high standard at Liverpool, as is Phil Foden, although he's probably not playing as often as he would like. Chris Giles comes in and is in line for his first appearance. He's joined by his former Fulham teammate Matthew Granger, who will be dominating that midfield. Eric Howes is our number one goalkeeper. He is brilliant and has had a wonderful time at Manchester City this season. Reece James, of course, we've talked about him. Tino Livramento as well. Callum Lloyd, 4-star ability, 4.5-star potential. He is somebody that will be at the heart of our defence over the next few years. Has had a very solid season at Manchester City, and that is your 23. I will just quickly update you on how we got on in the other matches of qualifying. We beat Romania 6-0 in a friendly. We then beat Faroe Islands 3-0 before taking on Hungary and beating them 2-1 away from home, and finishing off our campaign with a 5-0 rout over Cyprus, including a Phil Foden hat-trick and a Brett Betts brace. So, without further ado, let's get ourselves over to the Belgium match and see how we get on in our first match of the Euros. Here we go then. We are picking our 11 for the first match against Belgium. It is going to be a pretty nerve-wracking, I think. Eric Howes will start between the sticks. Tino Livramento will start at right back. In the centre-back positions, we are going to go for Woodward and Warburton, and at left-back, we are going to go for John Paul Cutbush. Defensive mid is none other than Jules Bellingham, who will relish the occasion, I think. In the midfield, Matthew Granger will play on the right. Harvey Elliott, will play on the left, leaving Phil Foden on the bench. On the right-hand side, we're going to have Lucas Smith. On the left-hand side, we are going to have Bukayo Saka. And then up top, leading the line, is going to be Brett Betts. So, yeah, that is the 11. I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be an absolutely cracking match, hopefully. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it as well. We've got a very strong squad, a very strong bench, and fingers crossed we can go and win the tournament. Hopefully football is coming home, is it? Quick look at how the Premier League finished up there. Man United did win the Premier League. That's back-to-back... it's not back-to-back titles. That's, in fact, their first title since 2031. Southampton finished second, Liverpool third, Man City fourth, with our old team Leeds United finishing fifth. Jeffrey Dedier, top scorer as well. They get the extra Champions League place because of how well the English clubs did. If we have a look at La Liga, Real Madrid won that only by 2 points this season over Barcelona. I'll take that as a result. Angelo finished as second top scorer. This very similar top four to what they had last season. They didn't win the Champions League. In fact, they didn't win any of the other competitions. So we are better than Zinedine Zidane, apparently. But with all of that being said, I've delayed it enough now. It is 90 minutes of football against one of the best teams in the world. We're away from home against Belgium, and it is going to be tricky. We're playing in white. We're the home team. So let's go out there. Let's perform, and fingers crossed we can come out with a strong performance in our opening group fixture. How often do we come out, score a goal in the opening 10 minutes, I feel like we do that every tournament. So let's go out there. Let's make a proper start. Let's make a statement against this Belgium team. Here come the boys then. 11 against 11. Let's have a little look at that Belgium team. Any names we recognise? Obviously, Duranville there. Arthur Tiara is there, our former defender from Leeds United. And he will be looking to get one over on us today. But here we are. We are ready and raring to go. Score predictions down in the comments. Don't cheat and don't get yourself spoilers either. And, well, straight away, we've got a free kick right on the edge of the area, and it's going to be Harvey Elliott that steps up. Harvey Elliott steps up and scores 2.5 minutes into it. He gets his Kieran Trippier moment, and the whole of England will be celebrating right now. Beers will be going in the air, and it's coming home will be... what am I trying to say? Will be... ringing round the pubs of England right now. Cutbush with the throw. It was away. Here he is again. Cutbush, brilliant cross, and it's going to be Smith into Granger, and he makes it 2 within 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Matthew Granger, the future of English football. He is going to be, I would imagine, a future captain of this football team. And that was a brilliant crossover to Smith, and Matthew Granger with a terrific volley, and within 5.5 minutes we're 2-0 up and making that statement already. We've gone out there and we have put in a performance, and that's exactly what we needed to do. The Netherlands will be taking on Ireland later on this evening. It'll be interesting to see how they start. That's headed away, but Jude Bellingham has got it back, but Van der Bremt has won it and started a Belgium counter-attack, but Bellingham has got it back. He's still going, but Van der Bremt comes out to collect. Here's a De Bast now, all the way back to the goalkeeper Zamiti, now to Tiara. Tiara bombing forward. Didn't used to do that in his Leeds days. Van der Bremt forward, header from Woodward, and now Livramento. Here's Smith. And now we have a counter-attack of our own, but once again lose it. Here's Woodward. Now Elliott. Here's Granger. Betts to Saka. Saka forward. Loses it again, but it's out of Cutbush. He'll be looking to get a good ball forward to Bukayo Saka. Oh, he puts it into the back of the net. The player that we went to first, and we said, look, Bukayo, we want you back in the team. Will you reconsider your international retirement? And he said, you know what, I'll do my best for you, Gaffer. And he has repaid my faith with a goal in the first knockout, or the first group game at the Euro 2036 finals. Oh, and now that takes the nerves off a little bit. Here's Livramento on the right-hand side. What a statement we are making here. Livramento gets it back to Granger, and, well, he's lost it. Is it a penalty? It is. It's a penalty, Jeff. And who is going to step up and take it? Well, VAR are going to have a little look at this. He's running over to his little screen. Still a thing in 2036, this wait for VAR. No automatic checks. And he comes forward. What is the decision? Oh, no penalty. No penalty. Oh. Well, that's pooped our party, hasn't it? But we have another free kick here. Harvey Elliott to Woodward. Yes, 4-0. Could be offside. I don't think it was. I don't think there's any real chance of Woodward being offside here. But, yeah, goal awarded. And it is now England 4 and Belgium 0. It was this guy, Warburton, that was a little offside there. But wow, what a performance. What a statement we have made. And it's going to be Harvey Elliott bending one like Beckham once again. Whips it. Oh, hits the bar. I thought he'd done it. Wow, that was close. Oh my goodness me. This could be an absolute rout. Let's not use all of our skill and performance in this first round match. Livramento gets it to Smith. Forward to Betts now. Betts makes it. Ooh. Should have made it 5. Hits the bar. Crikey. I'm like baffled at how well we have played. Belgium are a really top team. I think they were 7th, weren't they, when we looked at their world rankings. So this is absolutely massive for us. Elliott whips it in. Saka scores 2. And before half-time, this match is virtually over. It is virtually over. We've only got 3 substitutes. That is something to think about, though. And that was a good crossover from Harvey Elliott. Saka with a header. And 5-0 it is. Match over. That is for sure. And I think now we have to think about the next game against Ireland. We've dominated possession. Who can we take off? So Woodward's looking a bit tired. So we'll put Callum Lloyd on for him. I've realised I haven't brought another defensive mid. So Reece James is going to be our backup in that position. Harvey Elliott's going to come off as well. And we're going to put Phil Foden on for him. So 3 changes at half time. We need to start protecting the squad a little bit and getting everybody feeling good ahead of the next match. And Smith almost had a goal himself there. What I want to know is if Phil Foden has gone Gaza style in 2036, what do we reckon? Answers on a postcard, please. I think he has. I think he's gone full on. Full on Gaza. Here's Smith. Smith looks like he's gone Gaza as well. Here's Granger on the right hand side, and wow, we have dominated this match, haven't we? Granger gets it back to Livramento into Saka. Oh, nearly got himself a hat trick there. Definitely repaying our faith, and we will rotate the squad a little bit for the Ireland match, that's for sure. Oh no, Saka's injured. No. Yeah, we cannot be doing any more. That's a potential thigh injury. I mean, that could be his Euros over. We're down to 10 men. And it looks like a hamstring strain. Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed it might only keep him out of the Ireland match. Potentially it'll keep him out of the Holland match as well. But, yeah, this is the perfect start. It would be nice to keep a clean sheet, and it looks like we will do that now. And we've been very defensively sound, and to be fair, we've been that in our warm-up matches as well. Goodness me, that's going to be a red card. Oh, very lucky there, Nelson Perez, getting just the yellow card. I think that's going to be full time, though. We're 15 seconds into the 93rd minute of this match. Watching the referee, and there he does. He does blow his whistle, and in our first competitive tournament match, we have won 5-0, and that is huge. What a performance against Belgium, and that sets us up beautifully for the rest of the tournament. Let's have a little look at Saka. Pushing for Euro despite injury. How long is he going to be out for? 4 weeks. Ouch. So Saka will probably be out of the rest of the tournament then. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And he's probably played his last match for England, hasn't he? Because realistically, he's going to retire from international football again at the end of the tournament. Now, when does the Euros finish? So we're on the 15th of June. When is the final? Could he come back for a romantic date for the final? I don't know. What can we look at? Stages. Is it rules? There we go. Final is on the 13th of June. So he could just about make it back for the final. But he's going to need something special to be able to go for that. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. We're going to finish the group stage tomorrow with matches against Ireland and the Netherlands as we look to qualify for the second round here at Euro 2036. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, then give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.